This topic looks at different types of number patterns. So if we talk about a number pattern or a sequence, which is just a list of numbers in a particular order, then we are going to be finding some sort of pattern there. Now the pattern can be a rule or just generated randomly. And each of those values in that particular sequence are called terms. So let's have a look at this first one here. So the question says, look for a pattern or a rule in each sequence and find the next number. So 2, 8, 14, 20. I think it's pretty obvious there that what we're doing is adding on 6. 2 plus 6 is 8, 8 plus 6 is 14, 14 plus 6 is 20. So therefore the next term would be 26, and then we'd go to 32 and so on. The next one, 5, 15, 45, 135. Again, you've got to inspect them closely, but this is again fairly obvious. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 times 3 is 45. So if I times by 3 there, to get the next term, it's 135 times 3, which gives us 205. And of course, I could find more terms if I wanted to. What about the next one? 7, 4, 1, minus 2. Well, we can see that we're going backwards there. We're going down rather than up. And are we multiplying or taking away? Well, 7 take away 3 is 4. 4 take away 3 is 1. 1 take away 3 is minus 2. So here we've got take away 3 as our rule. So minus 2 take away 3 would be minus 5. And of course you could go take away another 3, minus 8, and so on. And the number 4 there, 1, 4, 9, 16. Probably not as obvious as the others, but if you have a really close inspection, and people will come up with different rules for this, but the way I would look at this is that that is 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared. So therefore, the next term would be 5 squared, which would be 25, and then 6 squared, which is 36, and so on. Now, some patterns have got special names, and this one in particular does have a special name. It's called a Fibonacci sequence. So, what is a Fibonacci sequence? Can you see what's happening with this particular pattern? We have 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. Take a good look. So, if I add these two together, I get 2. If I add those two together, I get 3. If I add those two together, I get 5. So you're adding the previous two together. So 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. And then the next one would be 5 plus 8, which would be 13. And that is known as a Fibonacci sequence. So different ways that we can generate patterns. They don't all follow the same rule, but it is still considered a pattern. So the symbols T1, T2, T3 are used as labels or names for the first, second and third terms. The little number there is called a subscript. So T1 means the first term, T2 means the second term, and so on. So in this example here, it asks for the example for this sequence 2, 8, 14, 20, 26, 32. State the values of T1. So we're looking for the first term. Let's work out the pattern first. What's happening there? Are we timesing or are we adding? Well, I think I can see that we're going to add on 6 to get 8, add on 6 to get 14, adding on 6. So the rule really is just to plus 6. Now we're asked to find the first term here. Well, we don't even have to do any working out because obviously we've got the first term in the pattern, and the first term there is 2. The fourth term, again, what's in the fourth position there? And it is 20, so T4 is equal to 20. And the sixth term is also there, which is 32. But of course, if they had asked us to find the 10th term, then we could have easily just kept adding terms on to get to the 10th term. But this is just becoming familiar with the actual terminology that we use in this topic.